Okay, boys.
I'll give you my phone again. Just wait.
Okay. Okay, boys, we are watching the World Cup currently. Okay, Booga, boys, is a freaking god. Let me just tell you now. He's a god. So, he's in #1 right now. Because, so I was watching the first game. And he ended the game with 9 kills. Out of the final 6 people left in the match, the other 6 people, he killed 5 of them. Like, how god do you have to be? He ended 9 kills with the dub.
Hey Fortnite fam, BallTW here to get in the nitty gritty of competitive Fortnite.
Like, how good?
Final circles in competitive Fortnite are packed tightly with both action
like,
and
how
players,
good do you have to be?
all fighting to get the victory royale. Let's introduce one of the most common techniques used to outlast your opponents in those congested final zones. What is tunneling? Also known as snaking or pathing, this is when you build a protected tunnel while running away from the
I know,
and
dude.
into the next safe zone.
We are we are actually gonna watch tunneling, dude. Tunneling is god mode, dude. Everyone likes some good old tunneling.
Here's an example of the most basic tunnel.
If you don't know how to
straight
tunnel,
turn.
you are not
From your
gonna make
base,
the
you
World
simply
Cup,
build
bro.
straight towards
That's
your
just a
destination,
fact.
straight ahead of you, with the floor piece below your feet and above your head. This is the most basic and also dangerous version of the tunnel, since you're not covering horizontally. You're exposed from your sides.
Boys, don't do that.
However,
That does
you
not
save
work.
materials by doing this.
Unless it's
The
final
materials you
2 and
spend
there's a
covering your
guy
sides
above
quickly
you,
add
do
up.
not do that. That
Then,
is a
if
bad
you need to go
idea.
diagonally to get where you need to
Okay,
go,
but
you
anyway,
often see
let's
players
talk
do
about
diagonal tunnel.
the top.
At
Let's
its
talk
most
about
basic, it's
who's at
very
the top.
similar.
So
You're
we
just
got
changing
Booga. So
directions
I was
as you
watching the
go.
first
One's
round.
left, one's
Booga
right.
won with 9
This is very
kills.
useful
Okay,
since sometimes
as
you'll
I was
encounter
just telling you
enemies that
guys,
you
he
wanna
won with
get
9
away
kills.
from
So
on the
there's
road to
that.
the victory royale.
So
Or the next
okay,
safe zone is in
so
a diagonal direction.
he's
So
really
just
good at
change
taking
directions
height.
and move.
He is
Make sure
he
to stay
takes height a
safe from
lot
storm.
in the end games.
Now we talked about how
So
you're exposed from your sides.
he's just a
In
god.
both
Like,
versions, you can
he's
add walls to
really
either side,
aware
or
of
both,
when
left
to
and
make
right,
moves,
or
like
even
just
in
like
front as
anyone.
well. This gets
But the
really
thing
hard
is,
really fast, and this
like,
is why it's
some
so
people
impressive
just don't
that
know
not
when
only
to
are
go
these
for
high-level
height and when
players
not
tunneling
to.
so fast and without
He
error,
just knows
but at the same
every
time
single
going for
match
crazy
when
plays
it's
on
right,
unsuspecting
like the
opponents
perfect
to rack
time.
up elimination points as
Let's
well as
look
placing
down
points.
towards the end.
It's a lot to take in.
Okay,
and
we got
oftentimes
Dubs.
they do
Okay,
things
I
so
want to talk about
fast that you
Dubs.
can't even keep up.
Dubs is one of those
Watching
players
like
that,
Cease,
even though
Fizzle,
he gets
Benji
a
Fishy,
pretty
and all
decent
the
amount of
players
kills
playing in the
almost every
Fortnite
single
World Cup
game.
Online Open,
But one thing
play
you
from
can
their
count
tunnels
on from
can be
Dubs almost every single
jaw-dropping.
game is
So
that
there you
he's
have
going to
it.
make it towards the end
Tunneling.
game.
One of the most
He is
important skills in
always
competitive
towards the
Fortnite.
end of the game.
It's pretty simple
Same
at
with
its core,
King.
but
King
at the
is right
high
behind
pace
him.
of these
He is
congested
always
endgames,
at the end of the
it gets
game.
complicated.
Even if they
That
don't get
means you
too
need to
many
practice
kills or the
and
win,
make sure to hop
you
in
can always
creative
count
mode
on them
and
being
do
there at
just
the end of
that.
the game.
You can practice
Okay.
it in the open on your own island.
Epic
or
Whale,
use one of the
another
many
really good
amazing pre-built training courses
player when
that
it comes to
creators have
taking
made.
height and things like that.
This is BallTW,
Sometimes
and we'll
he
see you
doesn't
again.
always go for height, but I feel like every single time I watch him play in World Cup, in any like qualifiers or anything like that, when he gets height, which is like probably
My name is Turner,
most of
aka
the time
Tifu.
he will
I qualified
win.
from the North American East
Tifu's
region.
god, bro.
This is not. Wait.
Trying to sneak him in. Can you get him to drop it?
Oh my! What is that angle?
He hits all of the shots.
The day I qualified, I was pretty hyped. I
Yeah.
didn't even believe it was real at the time. I don't know. I was just kind of streaming, grinding, doing my own thing, and
Yeah,
I
guys,
tried
if
my
you did
hardest
not
and
know,
succeeded, I guess.
he actually
Landing all the way up top,
qualified
drops in.
on stream with no stream delay, so anyone could stream
reading
something,
my mind.
which is crazy. How some people, like most people, can't even qualify. Here's Tifu over here qualifying while he's streaming with no stream delay.
He's a special
Who's
player,
this?
a generational talent.
Now, who are we talking about?
He has qualities that not a lot of young players have. So mature,
Who is this?
so dedicated, very rare to see.
힘들어. 안녕하세요. 저의 이름은 김도환이고 플레이어
My
닉네임은
player name
뜨제입니다.
is J. I don't know this. Dude.
나이는 그리고 14살입니다.
He's 14. Looks like he's like 17.
He's disciplined,
Put J drops down.
he's focused,
That was an ambitious play.
he wants to push it.
What a
dude
charge
looks
through
like a
the
god.
box in there.
That's what he needs to do to become the best.
He's not the top though. He's not the top of the list. He isn't top 10. Okay, guys, so he'll be back in 3 minutes.
여기
Yeah,
간
3
다음에
minutes, and then it's starting back up.
제일 중요한 거는 이걸 타고 여기부터 먹어.
Take the slipstream down and go to
I'm
the
Junior.
fork and move.
I'm the coach for T1's Fortnite division. 페이탈은 여기 안 밀어. 여기는 거의 완전. I first met Jay.
They
when he
have
was
a
a free
freaking
agent.
coach? What is this?
He's the youngest player in our team.
저는 포트나이트 선수로서
This is like an
일선의
actual, like-
아파트에서 팀원들과 함께 구단에서 생활하고 있습니다.
Wait, what? This is like so professional, but like who needs this? This is weird. I'm glad I'm reacting to this because this is strange.
저희 팀원은 가족 같고 가족보다 뭔가 좀 더 끈끈하고 좀 더 위인 그런 팀인 것 같습니다.
Yeah. Hold
The
up.
team really looks at Jay as the little brother that everybody wants to take care of.
저는 일어나자마자 바로 옆방에 있는 연습실에서 포트나이트를 할 수 있다는 거에 대해서
It's crazy what stuff we can do.
His tempo is quite a bit faster than a lot of the other players.
Hood J runs on forward.
아무래도 건설이라든지 편집이라든지 그런 부분이 좀 재미있어서이기도 하고 제 목표를 달성할 수 있기 때문입니다. 저는 포트나이트 게임을 시작할 때
He seems to know what he's doing, obviously. Like,
많이
dang.
시작합니다.
Tags him and brings him down.
That did. Wait, hold up. Look at the damage that shot did.
게임을 시작할 때
Hold up.
이기자라는 목적으로 많이 시작합니다.
Tags him and brings him
23 damage on that hit? I don't think so, buddy. Yo, what's this? Oh, is this someone else? Ooh.
여보세요, 엄마.
Hey,
잘
Mom.
지내시죠?
How are you
요즘
doing?
어떻게
Of
지내세요?
course, I want
네.
to see you
걱정 안
as
하셔도
well.
돼요.
There's no
제가-
need to worry about me.
제가
I'll make you
끝나면은
proud.
자랑스럽게 해드릴게요.
Yeah, okay.
꼭 몸 관리
Take care of
잘하시고 그리고
yourself.
끝나면
I'll
바로
come
갈게요
straight after
집으로.
work.
네. 세계 최고 플레이어가
Apparently
되고
the
싶은
reason
이유는 아무래도
that I want
부모님인
to
것
become
같습니다.
the best
가끔씩
in the world.
부모님이라는 생각이 가끔씩 들어서 그게 동기부여가 되지 않나 싶습니다.
Yeah.
Jay hasn't realized how talented he is just yet.
I am just so impressed with what I'm seeing here from Hood J.
He has that potential to become the greatest of all time.
My question is, why do they have like a coach and everything? I just think that's a little weird. That's a little stuffed.
Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. Millions watching across the world. On the biggest stage.
Yeah.
Every single player out here, an absolute gamer, Jack. We've never seen anything like this.
Dang, that dude is getting into it, bro. Look at him. I don't miss my shots. Yo, this is pretty fire, actually. I don't miss my shots. Yo, this is pretty fire. Honestly, yo, what's up? You're watching it right now? Yo, stay and watch it with me, bro. This is funny. I know you got. Oh, you got the World Warriors stream. Of course you.
It was awesome.
Hey, skeptic, you qualified. Yo, this is like weird. This is cool. That guy is getting into it, dude. What? I'm confused.
Freaking legend! Are you kidding me? What a win!
dad gave me. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, huge shout out to Mike Realm spinning over there, guys. Give it up for him.
Good job, dude. You're a god. You're a god.
And now we are one step closer to crowning our first Fortnite World Champions in solos.
Yep.
History is about to be made here, folks. And now I want to ask everyone here in the arena, are you ready?
Who's the best solo player in the world, boys? Who do you think's gonna win
Let's
it?
do it one more time. I'm gonna ask
Arctic,
you again.
who's gonna win it? Tell me.
Are you ready? Let's send it over to your casters for the last two games, Courage and Dr. Lupo.
Over a year ago, the Fortnite World Cup was announced, and here today it culminates in the final two games of the solos competition. $30 million in prize money this weekend, and in two games,
$30 million, guys. It's all mine right there.
We've seen a ridiculous number of plays from everybody on the field.
Yep.
Even
honestly,
like King
I
going
know
out,
you guys are
literally
thinking
the first
that I'm
eliminated
just
one game
saying this
immediately
because he's
after.
up top, but I think Booga's
just
gonna win
slaying
it, bro.
out in the lobby.
He's in
We love
first
to
right
see
now,
gameplay
and
like
he's
that.
just a
Very
really good player.
aggressive from a number of players that honestly a lot of us didn't even expect to show up on the board. You have to remember though, every single player that has qualified for the solo finals here at the Fortnite World Cup in New York City is at the top of their game. 40 million people played through. This is what's left, the best of the best of the best.
We know the storylines continue throughout this lobby of the 100 best players in the world. We have two games left. Our standings, well, they're very close, and Sundown's going to update us on where they lock up.
Sundown is a god, dude.
Thank you so much, Lupo and Courage, with only 2 matches left to decide who is the world champion solo player, who is the best of the best of the best. We're gonna take a look at what the standings currently look like and what needs to happen. So the first thing you're gonna see right away is the runaway train Booga up top. 1 victory royale, leading the pack with 15 eliminations at 37 points, 8 points clear. But we talked about it a little bit yesterday and a lot during the qualifiers. What is a reasonable game to expect? We've seen a lot of the victory royales today actually coming from more passive players. They've been getting around 11 to 12 points apiece. We've been seeing high volume eliminations happening in the early and the mid game. But right now, looking at this board, Peter Pan sitting in 10th place right now is just off of the mark. He's 16 or 18 points off. With a reasonable game, he could challenge towards that. Let's take a look at the second page, because then from 10th to 20th, it is a 4-point difference. Mongrel, with a fantastic performance in the last game, pushes himself into contention, and this top 20 is the line where you will see an increase in that prize bonus. You want to be at minimum on this page when all is said and done. 2 matches are left. We have already seen world champions crowned in creative and duo. Who will be the ultimate victory royale, and who will take home the title? We're gonna throw it back inside and see the final 2 matches. Lupo, Courage, let's take it home.
Thank you, Sundown. The standings so close, all for the coveted trophy that you see on your screen, the title of Fortnite World Champion. 15 million just for this solos competition, 3 million for first. With 2 more games left, who do you think comes out on top?
I would love to see the 13-year-old from South America, King, show up big. I mean, he's put on a fantastic show thus far. You have to remember, just 1 slip up, 1 bad game, that's not enough to take you out of the lead. He very easily, a solid high elim game, a top placement, doesn't even have to be a victory royale at this point. With how well he's played, he could make his way to the top with ease.
Can anyone catch Booga at the top of our leaderboards?
No way.
The
dude.
lobby is ready, ladies and gentlemen. The
Booga's
battle
gonna win
bus
it,
launches in 2,
He's literally like
1.
8 points ahead.
Game 5 underway of the Fortnite World
Yo,
Cup
Tifu's not
final
gonna win it. He
solos
has no
competition.
chance. Same with Dubs has a chance,
They catch
but very
Booga.
little.
His lead remains from the incredible shockwave plays earlier. All 100 players in the biggest
Booga's
day of
gonna
their
win it.
entire lives fighting for their
Yo,
big
Booga
share
in the
of
first round, bro, he had this amazing shockwave hit, bro. He threw a shockwave down, jumped up and he got up to height, took a little shot on the guy, and then finished him off. It was great.
Took home a victory royale. We're going to watch his drop in here as well as everybody else near the top of this board. As we go into these later matches, folks, keep in mind we're going to try and keep an eye on those that are closest to contention, that world champion position. Very, very important to know that. Go to the board there, you see 4 of the 5 llamas in the very south edge of the map, starting at Salty, all the way down to the east of Happy Hamlet. 1 more all the way to the top middle. Those picked up early are very, very important. A baller for Psalm already at the beginning of the game. It's like he may have been the only one to drop up here. And are you kidding me? A Jug, a proxy grenade launcher?
Looks like sure. He's only averaging 1 limb per match. You see
Psalm
he's
is
in second place. It's the values.
Yep,
so
of course he's in second place.
For placement. He's placed in the top 18 of every match. So we played 4 games. That means he's gotten placement points in every single match so far, Dr. Lupo. It's a big reason why he finds himself in second place. To be that consistent in this lobby, absolutely insane.
Gotta break 25 to get those points.
Yo, Arkram, I thought he was gonna do really good, but
fighting out in Westworld.
He's not doing great.
People do call it this desert town. Arkram has had a couple games where he's just basically got fried right off the start. Can he turn it around right now? He was top 15 earlier. Doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Rux, who's gotten the better of him.
15?
2 of these previous
There's
games, having a back
no
up for
way.
a moment as that airstrike did come
I don't remember
Don't
that.
count him out just yet, though. This drop, honestly, one of the loot heaviest in the game. You have a lot of materials as well.
Yo, I did want Dubs.
A player like this
Dubs
gets in
doing
good
it,
position, maybe even takes out Rux, doesn't have to
I
fight
wanted
anybody
Dubs,
else down here. He can climb his way out of here
or
with ease.
9 grenades in Rux's inventory.
Or,
if he can somehow bait Arkram into a
Mega.
bad spot,
I want Mega. I just
Bezos'
really like Mega and
disadvantage,
Dubs.
it
I
could
like
be the
them
thing
a
that
lot.
swings the tide in this battle. Hasn't thrown the Chug Splashes. Yeah, I was going to say, wondering when he was going to begin to throw them, but there they are. Chug Splash is down. 0 limbs still, as you'd expect, as he's still looking around for where Arkram could be.
Maybe the hope to save those. We didn't have to necessarily use
I've
just
never
yet.
heard of this Rux, dude. I'm gonna be
Anticipation
honest.
of combat before you know it, or at least the chance
I
of
don't
it.
know who he
Throw
is.
those down real quick. 40 HP shield. These two just kind of at a stalemate at the edge of the map, waiting to see if there's an opportunity to make a play. They are outside of the safe zone quite a bit. At some point, the zip lines or even the quad that spawns here might be the key to getting all the way into the safe zone soon. Grenades going out, but beamed. Rux takes quite a bit of damage from Arkram, and aggression begins. The build up, and he's going to try and take the high ground. Shots from Rux, no contact just yet. Have to do some damage
how much
before you know it.
shield
Only
does,
96 HP is not going to necessarily be enough against a player with accuracy like Arkram.
But he does have the combat
how much
shotgun,
shield
which
does
is the
Arkram have?
ultimate tool this early in the game. Rux
Yo,
still at 96
yo,
health,
what is
has
he
those
doing?
grenades in his back pocket.
Oh, there you go.
Hasn't thrown any more yet. 15 builds still remaining. A very intense fight for these two. The shot comes through. Down to just 41 HP.
shoot. Don't
Rux
peek.
versus Arkram. Who can come out on top? Rux still with high ground. Arkram down below. Will he begin to throw these grenades? It doesn't appear so. Only 6 builds left. And remember, with only 2 games remaining in the competition today, this could spell disaster for their final performance. Arkram popping 1 shield. Definitely has a major health advantage, but still, height can make all the difference as he has the combat shotgun, but for now, he's back on.
That's a good idea.
If Rux had made a tag, if he gotten damage on Arkram down on the bottom of that building, I would have expected a push, a
100%.
chance to pick up the 50 HP or shield because of Siphon. No damage dealt there, so Rux decides to opt his way out. King, one of our high
I want
healing
King
players,
to do this because he's
35
really
HP.
good.
Gonna try and get that med kit off, but he can't quite. Time to fight it out. A little bit of a build
King is
battle. See
really
who
good,
can take
dude.
ownership of the walls.
He
Barrier
always.
yet again.
Oh my
The
goodness.
shockwave. He's actually going for it. Are you kidding me?
This
Lutenezi
kid.
goes down, and King back up to 85 HP. What a play.
On the World Cup stage,
Yeah, the kid.
he
he's
just
amazing.
shockwaved to the sky and tried to hip fire hand cannon his opponent.
With 35 HP.
Yo,
Are you
Dubs,
kidding me?
Dubs,
With
come on.
35 health?
Yo, Dubs.
Talk about confidence. It's
screwed.
it's such an insane play that it catches the opponent off guard. Stompy trying to push on in. I believe this is Dubs on the other side of the wall. Stompy gets the wall, gets the elim.
No, Dubs.
Down goes Dubs.
So damn
And also
Baker,
in the
bro,
elimination
you
feed,
are
Aqua,
unlucky,
our
man.
Fortnite world champion from yesterday, has eliminated Tfue.
And
5
Tfue's
out
out.
of 6.
Dang.
1 left. those players, the 16 that have already been eliminated, they still have one game remaining. But our current leader on the standings, Booga, down in Lucky Landing, going to make a rotation away. Avoid any damage. At this point, going to be the most important thing is getting ahead of the game here. As the storm is pressing on in, he's only against one other player down here in Lucky. So the opt to rotate out to the west towards the river, probably the best one in the situation. Doesn't want to get challenged. He's got a free rotation up now. Slip is right there. Without realizing it too, he is relatively close to 2 llamas in the south edge of the map.
Wonderful spot, either of them, one on his left, one on his right. I doubt he will since he's going through the low ground, but Booga, so far, Ben, 3 out of the 4 games has been fantastic performances. He had one where he dropped off early. Remember,
I don't know either of these people.
You know, was eliminated within the first 10 players in the game, but still keeping his lead because of how well he's performed in the other 3 games up to this point. Teak did show some aggression there for a moment, but decides, nope, we're going to fall on back. Don't want to take this 1v1 out in the open. Would rather go continue to loot on up, earn more materials because, hey, 45 builds, you think, that's a lot, but not in any case in a competitive lobby like this. And, well, since he fell back, he's able to get himself a combat shotgun.
Feeling good about that. Clicks in the feet, picking up an elimination on Nate. Down to 81 players remaining as this first circle starts to close. 52 seconds left.
I hope Bizzle pushes this game.
And this is first zone, very central on the map. No super drastic rotations need to come on through. Here's a replay from earlier on of how Aqua challenged and eliminated Tfue. Tfue goes to the floor, Aqua gets the floor, and Tfue stands no chance, can't even fire a shot. And there's the frustration from Tfue, as he knows he has not had the day he's wanted. One of the biggest names in competitive Fortnite, one of the winningest players of all time, getting shut down here at the Fortnite World Cup Solo Final.
I would say it's definitely a different playing field than a lot of these players are used to, no matter where they hail from.
Fall behind everyone else
we've had multiple regions from the entire world all play in the same lobby, the same setups. It's all on land here, so it's just a different scenario for everybody. Especially on top of that, if you have younger players that have never had land experience, nerves can potentially play into it. But she pushing in the box, gets inside, and the elimination. Robabs goes down here in Neo tilted.
And I like that a lot from Lecce, right? Because he's got 200 HP. He's already done a lot of damage to his opponent. He also does 23 more white damage, HP damage to realize, wait, I have a major health advantage as he begins to dance on the main stage. But he pushes on in, forces the play, and says, you know what, if you have a trap, I'm still going to survive through it. You're so little HP that I know I'll eliminate you, even if I take 150 damage from the trap. Booga, I mean, I guess this is kind of the mindset he has right now. I'm in first. I've got shadow bombs, I've got a launch pad, I've got everything I need. Banny, if you want to play this game, bro, you can play this game. But Booga dances, and his opponent says, no, thank you. No dance battle for me today. I'll back on up.
It's enough to pressure him to rotate.
Imagine dancing and scaring away your opponent. That's when you know you're good at the game.
Whenever you dance, you scare me away too, Jack. Don't worry. 73 players remaining as Cease picks up an elimination. A reminder on the right side of your screen, the format for the day. Match 5 of 6. We have 10 points for a victory royale. You make it to top 5. It's only 7. You make it to top 15. That's 5. Top 25 is 3. And every elimination on the board is an additional point.
And also keep in mind,
ooh, a big 46. The white damage, a good signal. Unless that's the only thing
I would challenge that. Oh no, because there's a third party coming in from that. Yeah.
Another thing to keep in mind.
I'm just gonna not try and outplay the pro players.
Max count of 500 of each material type. So you cannot carry 1,000 wood or 999 wood, 999 brick, 999 metal. No, it's 500 of each material type. Players building inside this new structure.
Or the skull or whatever.
Glorious mech defeated to save the Fortnite Island.
Hashtag teammate. Ooh, a solid
he
hit
dinged
there.
him. Oh,
so looking at pressure
he's
from
dead.
above, knowing that ramp was closing it off for just a second. Going to try and take it over the wall to edit from above.
Surprised he's not throwing a stink.
Doesn't own it just yet. Very good question. At some point, that's going to have to come out. Maybe pressure the player off of that campfire. Still can't get there. It is. Still can't get it. these stalemates for taking walls, one of the highest pressure situations, because you're on the verge of a box fight in which your opponent, you know they're going to push in. They have a trap that might take a wall and place it. Go for the shotgun shot, 160. The blue pump, very, very powerful.
That's a 160 to the jaw right there. That's what people missed about the pump shotgun when it was vaulted. As we all know, recently was brought back into play, and for reasons like that, so good in the up-close fights. It's, for a lot of people, the
I love that the
spot
pump's back.
where it just completely outclasses all other shotguns.
I see Zayt, Bizzle, Kinsar.
In competitive Fortnite, Storm
that
Surge did pop up,
Skull
but it went away almost instantly as the sloppy has dropped a little quicker as things have gone on. People maybe getting more desperate, challenging more early game fights to see if they can get an advantage. Sam, who won our 4th game, using one of these big shields, and look at the inventory right now. Big shields, chug splashes, and I like that a lot. Sam at first decides, you know what, let me use this big shield, I'll get the full 50 health out of it. But because his opponent interrupts it, realizes, well, what's the lesser of 2 evils? That is popping 2 chug splashes, giving myself as much health as possible, and not playing greedy. I like that from Sam, a sign of a veteran player. You got to take what you can get, and that's a perfect example of it right there.
At this point, he's waiting to see if there's an opportunity to sneak a shot through on the surface inside that ramp. He doesn't own it. Every time he does a little bit of damage, he has an opportunity to replace it, and he does, in fact, take it. Push on through, get the wall.
He got it again.
A big shot from the other side, down to 71. Those chug splashes coming in big. He might have to wait, though, that last one. Don't know if he'll have time to use it. Pressure from the player inside. Rotating down, immediately popping a hole out and getting in his baller. Opts to not take that fight, and probably a very good call, seeing as how he took a ton of damage on the inside before he had a chance to move away. 110 total now. The baller's full HP, though.
Here's Riverson.
Oh!
That legendary bolt sniper rifle.
I'm glad they brought bolts back too.
Taking a bit of damage right there.
Moffin, Stockman.
On the left side of your screen in a metal box, really no one can be challenging that. Fully built metal. It's just something that when you see it in competitive Fortnite with how little ammo you have, you're basically like, all right, I'm not bothering you. You're set up. I'm not bothering you. Just don't peek out and shoot at me, because it's almost impenetrable, it feels like, with how little time you have to shoot and how little ammo you wind up having in these games. A replay from earlier on. This is Smeeth. Another one of these close box fights. Gets that ramp. Tries to challenge forward. Basically edited into the opponent's box.
Their
That's
aim
OJ.
was trash.
And
They're
will
in
get the
freaking
combat
World
shotgun.
Cup.
So a major upgrade.
Let's go back into that.
Challenge
These
forward.
dudes are in World Cup.
Basically
They're like,
edited into the opponent.
that was pretty.
That
was depressing.
Well, rolling on through the river.
I just have to say, I'm a little surprised that he opted to take the bolt over Shadow Bomb. Looking at late game Fortnite, especially in competitive, oftentimes you see stacks of players on top of each other and no opportunity for a snipe. The Shadow Bomb's going to be a mobility.
Yeah, the Shadow Bombs would have helped out now, buddy. Are you ready?
Yeah, I was in such spots. I don't know why he didn't take the Shadow Jack.
To be honest, I think Riverson viewed that as, all right, I have this baller. I'm going to play around the baller being my, well, Shadow Bombs for this game. And that's not the case. That was what just happened was the worst thing that could have ever occurred for Riverson. His baller's gone. He's got no movement items left, and now he's stuck on this mountain in a box fight.
Just quick note, Epic Whale is currently in 6th position. Riverson in 4th, so this is a battle at the top of the leaderboard, stuck inside a box, back and forth. And Epic cannot quite find the target. Riverson picking up a big leaderboard elimination right there.
That is a moment where I think nerves gets you a little
100%.
You mentioned top 6.
That's crazy, dude. He choked that. He had that round.
Moving into the
that
$1
million
million
so
prize pots,
him,
and instead Riverson wins a fight that looked impossible to win, and is now set up on top of a mountain with near max HP.
Real quick look back here, Plug, our current leader. Look at the shots through there. Shakes the hands off a little bit, blow off some steam. As an arrow goes down inside.
You know God getting
very,
kills?
very accurate player, Booga.
You see Bizzle on the top
left of your screen, one of the more well-known players, like you said, one of the most consistent players, Jack, in all of Fortnite that we've ever seen.
Booga versus Bizzle.
Speed of the builds up here. Booga's gonna try and get a little bit of a higher view.
If you guys didn't know, Bizzle actually qualified using no guns.
Rotating, maybe some shots on the baller soon.
He
Pressure
used,
being applied
in one of the weeks he
on
qualified
others
with no
and
guns.
ops into that fight as
He
well.
used,
and if you look at where Booga is right now, on your mini-map, the closest player on the west side of that zone, safe, and everyone has to move right towards him. Also, 6 minis, near max builds, 4 shadow bombs, 2 launch pads, a shockwave. Bugha knows what a fantastic position he's in. If he can make it to late game, he basically has guaranteed placement points.
Making his way through here. A little bit of a leftover collection. Have to do some picking up on the inside. Pretty lucky finds on the inside here. Quite a few materials. Flint knock. He's got to redeploy a ton of minis. He's optimal loadout for both mid-range and up close.
Really good, though. I think Bugha's going to
pushing
win
him.
Yep.
Positional-wise, no
One
launch
thing I've
pads.
noticed about Bugha is he doesn't always
No shadow bombs. He does have a slip, but as soon as he's away from that thing, flying, he can establish a base, but making a move after that's going to be tough. And he is getting attacked from literally every angle on the way in. Players from all sides taking shots. He's going to have to try and push his way through for elimination, or get out of this area almost immediately. What a tough spot to be in. Shots from both sides. Puts the trap down in anticipation of somebody pushing in, and literally cannot keep the walls up enough.
And that's the downside of being one of the last players to rotate from outside the zone. Everyone who's set up, including Bugha, knows, hey, we just spray anyone. They've got to come this way. They're going to be floating right at us. If the whole lobby shoots at them, one of us is bound to get them. We're all going to get damage tags, and when the Storm Surge just popped up, everyone fiending for a little bit of damage to keep them above that threshold. Thankfully for the players in the lobby, only 2 more people need to drop before the Storm Surge goes away, so don't think it'll come into play too much.
All I can imagine in a situation like that right now is from the Pro-Am, Tim the Tatman getting shot at from multiple sides.
Yep.
It's just...
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny when...
You were one of them, I think.
Yeah, no, my teammate Sean eliminated him. Tim, we beat Tim the Tatman on LAN and outplaced him as we take a look at players stacked up
They're always
on
talking
the west
about
side
Tim.
of the zone.
See, Vivid and Clicks right next to each other. That's a nice
People
match
at home don't
there.
know that we were literally looking at Tim as we say that, which is makes it better.
Bugha's taking more of
Launch
his
pad used
launch
by
pad.
Bugha right away. With 2 launch pads with all this other movement, he just needs to survive this movement. And guess what? This is a zone on the high ground. It's directly on this mountain, so for a pretty early on zone, it's going to get awkward right away.
Okay, he's got a pop.
Bugha has made it in, but has taken a lot of damage. We'll use some minis to get back up to 150.
There you go. Benji Fishy down in the bottom
Benji
there.
Fishy just below. He's currently top 13 in this game.
Player to G still has a little bit of a high ground advantage. Just going to look back
Mongo's
at
down there in the box.
Gonna build his way up. See if he can spot anybody on the move. This position's still very, very good. The edge of the next safe zone. We have 2 seconds until that pressure starts to apply, and a lot of players you see in the minimap have already started to rotate in. They're making their moves now, but shots from Bugha and many others as these players are flying in. Can you launch pads? Get some shadow bombs used in situations like this, and no shield on that player. Bugha right now has a total of 16 elims today. King is in second with 15.
This is all it is. You just get set up in the zone, fire people who have to move.
He's the cameraman behind him because he's like,
every
I got
player in the lobby.
They think he's
Issa
gonna
did
win.
just go down to class, and we also saw Vivid drop a couple moments ago. So
Vivid's
nothing really
out.
for Vivid this game, unfortunately. Bugha 1 elim so far. Continue to look on down. Here's the perspective of a drop coming on in. Everyone's made it up on the mountain right now. Still some people on the edge. You see the likes of Cease still alive. Flicks, Zate, Creo, Cosmic, Skype, who earlier on took home a game of his own in game 2.
Okay, Sky,
Quick note,
he's
by
got
the way,
this.
Riversun, who we saw eliminate the 6th place position, has gone down himself in 4th. So he is out of this game. 44 players reversing your feet, going down to Dementos. We are not even at placement position just yet, and we're looking at the 6th to 7th circle transition starting in 10 seconds. Everyone has to move.
43
the
players
people that have
left,
the
and
best
they all have
opportunity
to
to take shots
rotate.
back,
This
they're
is
going to be able to pick up a
tough
lot of
for
eliminations.
these people to be in.
Players are going to be on rotation. Things are about to get real tough for a lot of people.
The edit, so they just wait, hop the ball, and roll.
Yeah, people with ballers. This is
Now,
good
I don't
for
think
them.
you can hold high ground from this early on. I mean, yes,
Lax is up at height, bro.
this is going to be
He's in a good position. I think he's waiting for Benji Fishy to show up. Oh,
Bugha
Bugha went up.
Flying on over with the shockwave grenade.
Bugha flying
Setting
over
up,
for
always
that,
getting ahead of the
position.
zone as far as possible. Pika there as well.
Back behind him, going to take even more shots at players on rotation. Very smart plays. The shadow bomb, and he still has 3 more, so this rotation better be a good one. Got a chance to get ahead of a lot of people here.
I really do love this. He knows how close he is to placement points, and he's got such a lead right now that unless someone has a monster performance, if he just gets placement points, makes it into the top 25 again, with just 2 games left, that could be really all he needs to secure this Fortnite World Championship.
Honestly, if you see Booga, you gotta stop him.
But Booga goes to edit out, and there's a shotgun waiting for him. Down to under 50 HP, frantically trying to pop these minis. The spray coming on through. Can our leader hang on to placement points? Storm Surge activated on some of the remaining players. Booga peeks out again for a shot. Not going to connect yet. 32 players left. Shadow Bomb being used. Can Booga make it to the top 25? 3 more points can be the difference between making it as our #1 player today or second place. Booga's still bouncing up. 30 players left. Just so frantically moving around potential victims.
You'll notice as soon as they're box to box, right next to another player, players like Booga will opt to build straight up. 1 more, 26 remaining. If 1 more goes down, he's going to pick up placement points. Keep an eye on the feed just to see only 1 elimination remains. There it is, 25. So he's already into the placement points now. It's going to push him even higher on the leaderboard. Everybody left picks those points up too, but as we move, players starting to drop left and right. Sky still sitting on a baller as well as Fast Pika with the ultimate high ground. And Booga right in the middle, right in the thick of it. Look on the outside. That's a very smart play. In that moment, you have a baller flying up. You don't want those players to hold on to those. Taking the shots to break it out, maybe force an engagement.
Only 8 builds.
15 now.
Out of builds, no movement items. Made it to top 15. For me, this is already a fantastic game for Booga. You've got placement points. Another elimination. How about a second? Booga, what are you doing? 2 elims come in. He's back up to near full HP, and he's in the top 10, and he's got all the materials he could ever need. Booga, how are you making this happen? From no mats and no movement. 1 player nearby. Booga at 3 elims, still ahead of this zone. He can absolutely win this game, Dr. Lupo. 2 away from more placement points.
Opts to drop the extra weapons in his inventory. A gold AR, the green pump, 6 minis and a campfire. 42 builds remaining, and he's just looking. 5 players left. He is sitting in one of the best spots I think he could have possibly imagined. Creo picking up an elimination. He's sandwiched between Pika, Pisa's, Creo on the ultimate low ground. He's looking any chance to pop through when a player is not looking to get a shot in might be enough.
Still has mats. Still has mats, 1 player below. Booga just staying ahead of this. Has only taken 1 score tick so far. Player up top fighting, player down low fighting. Can Booga make the impossible happen? Dodges the trap as well. Taking a little bit of storm damage. Booga's got to make it on in. 1 build left, drops on in Booga. No! But either way,
it's all good.
He's done what he needs to do. He knows how important that game is. Now we're in our top 3. Pika up top.
Yo, that was a great game
on today. Pizzas and Creo all the way down low.
0 builds in Pika's inventory. It's going to be tough. He's going to have to drop in and go for a fight. Cannot connect. Pizzas finds that elimination. Creo gets the final 1 in game 5. Goes to Creo.
I don't think he can believe it. I don't know if anyone caught it at home, but what he does right there is flint knocks the opponent, hits him for that body damage, and then shoots him into the zone. Great game for Creo right there, and you see repping his team. Woo, clutching on up in the end. Here it is, the final moments. The zone closing. A fully